What else?
Shut up, bitch.
Okay.
And I think it's purely what I'll call is company.
Why do you think that you guys got dragged into that when it wasn't? It was like sort of following the Charlie Kirk shooting. There didn't seem to be any connection.
There's no connection. I think it's purely what I'll call is company association. They need some number of N people. If you did a cluster of companies that, you know, end up having users that overlap, and you had Reddit and Discord and Steam, and you say, tell me the fourth company, and you can't mention.
No. So this is the new way. Guys, I don't mind Dan. Me and Dan agree with each other. Like, well, maybe in real life we're chilling, but I disagree. The problem is that when you don't put your foot on the ground, when it comes down to anything that involves violence and call to action to violence, it's unfortunate, but you have no shield to hide behind it. When you get flack and we get some shit back thrown at you, when something bad happens. And I know there's a big separation between one and the other, but at least in the political spectrum, right, where things are pretty interlocked, if you don't put your foot on the ground with the violence, brother man, like, I gotta be honest with you, people will give you a lot of scrutiny. And they should.
In one of the big ones, because you have to have balance. You can't mention X or Facebook or YouTube. Then it's like, well, what's the fourth? So it's proximity. I don't think, to me, I'm not that worried about it, because I think, you know, he had no.
How is stream related to call to violence? Brother, why are you asking me? Ask Hasan. He knows all about it. He's a big advocate for that. Are you kidding me?
Hope you're
Brother,
all doing good. Much
Hasan
love,
is probably the number one, I think, in the ranking. Brother, I'm gonna check the leaderboards. He's clearing everybody. Nobody's coming even close. Are you kidding me? Like,
hello,
bro,
Jade.
If you're gonna ask somebody, ask the master, please. Jesus
Experience.
Christ,
We
don't
do
ask
not
me.
have this problem of radicalization on Twitch. It's a public forum. We don't have these private groups. One way to think of it is, if you really view this from a honest and sincere perspective, these things are trying to get information. And to be honest, they probably don't know that much about Twitch.
True.
They're not Twitch users. So I feel really good that we have, in terms of them trying to understand this land.
Okay, Dan. So Clancy, you're seeing what we call scapegoat. Okay. If people don't know about Twitch at all, right? And the one clip they see is Hasan saying some wild shit, they will say, this is what Twitch is. And I know it sucks.
We would get banned instantly, LOL.
I know it sucks to get the short end of the stick. Yo, even I was in that position when back in the Watch League. Even I understand that. I'm not a CEO of a company, right? But I understand that. So, when somebody big, some crazy shit, you say, no, we don't do this shit here. Boom.
They'll realize, oh, Twitch doesn't really fit with these other ones.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're talking about a group of lawmakers that probably don't know how to turn their computers on. So I don't know how familiar they are with Twitch. I mean, it seems like...
Yo, where's the interview at? I want to see when they talk about this. Did they talk about that? Because then you would have to acknowledge that Hasan said that. Which you did get banned for. That's W. But, chat, what do you do when you ban somebody for something and then they double down?
68.
I couldn't read it all. Yes, that's classic. That's for back when he wasn't as evil.
Evil. Hasan, I just helped donate $12 million. I helped break a record. What have you done? Like, how are you not evil? You preach brainwashed content bullshit. I do too. But at least sometimes I can vouch and I give back to my community. And I can vouch that sometimes I do charitable acts. What the fuck do you do, bro? You're evil. You said America deserved 9/11. You're a fucking terrorist. You preach all this equality shit. Again, $5 million crib. You buy whatever the fuck you want. You probably have a crypto wallet, bro. You have a wallet. Why do you lie? Also had somebody on your stream recently who's a terrorist. You are a terrorist, bro. When you end the stream, you hate America. Leave the country. Nobody likes you anyway. Just leave. Go back to wherever the fuck you're from since you hate America so bad and go over there. And I promise you guys, you'll be like, oh, I fucking hate it here. I want to go back to America. Fucking retard. Schmuck.
I think he was also saying you were begging for a kid contract when they started, which is the most brain dead revision of events I've ever heard.
Hasan, on my mom and dad's life you were. And don't do that. Because I can't throw certain people under the bus and everyone believes me. I have no reason to lie. I expose and I talk the real about everything. I don't give a fuck. I got no reason to lie. All my life, you were entertaining this contract about coming to kick in the beginning. Don't lie. Don't do that. And guess what? You would have taken the crypto money from stake. So you don't even make any fucking sense. You suck. You suck. How does this retard have a fucking audience? Like, I'm not even joking. Yo, bro, he's banned in Turkey. It makes sense. Let's ban him from America. Yo, I go lie. Yo, he is literally a terrorist. Yo, bro, please can we ban him from America? Yo, bro, I will get a poll sign. I guarantee everyone will sign it. He sucks. He sucks. Let's deport Hasan. Hashtag deport Hasan. Oh my God, bro, please.
Chat, I have, oh my God. I have some coffee in my, it went up my nose a little bit.
Oh, you.
Jesus,
A
man.
lot of their rise has come because
You want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way. Just so you know, these musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my food.
I'm so confused. What is this?
اسأل أصحاب الفخامة والمعالي.
Jesus. There were no signs. All I care about is that one thing. Chat, is this a glazer, by the way?
is the thing that makes discovery hard. So we absolutely are investing in helping people create clips, but we're very clear we don't want to, be a short form content. We are a live.
Like when you look at top talent, Hasan Piker, who is a lot of people in Congress are certainly familiar with figures like Hasan Piker, who was brought up at the mayoral debate for some God knows reason why. And I'm curious, like when you look at top talent and also efforts to deplatform top talent, especially from not just from the government, but these really intense like pressure campaigns that come from sort of like other big voices online, even the media, to deplatform, censor people. How do you guys navigate that as a platform, and what do you do to ensure that big creators can continue to remain on Twitch? Because we've seen other platforms cave to public pressure.
What? Yo, how do you go from the graph that says Hasan Piker denounced fucking 9/11 comment, whatever, to this Glazer comment? This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, how do you go from something so insane to something so like tame? I don't even know how does that even happen?
To deplatform their own creators.
Right. I think a big part of it is having a clear North Star. Like you need to understand what your policy is and what you think is right, and then you need to be willing to just consistently apply it. The reality is in today's social media world, no matter what you do, there will be those people who want to attack you in some.
Brother man. The man said out loud to go kill some people, and some other creators, bro, were saying they were calling hits on other people. That's crazy. That's wild. That is absolutely off the rails, brother man.
So you can't make decisions to avoid any type of, backlash from some vocal group. No
Let
matter
me show proof if you want. Let me show proof. Are you dumb? I'm not.
what decision you make, you're going to have that. So given that, you can't do it by trying to avoid or ban or whatever, right? You just have to say, okay, what do we think is right for our platform?
Okay, look at. Has no proof, low. Okay. All right. Buttery bread. All right. Somebody link the clip. I think there's 3 of them that I can think of, even in I think last year. Somebody link it. Yes, who's got the link? Don't worry. Somebody has the link. I'm gonna wait. Somebody's got the link. Guys, somebody's gotta have it. There's no shot. I'm gonna wait. I don't care. Somebody in kitchen has that link. Okay, alright, you banned. Mods. That is crazy. Guys, can somebody link it? And I'm looking dumb now. This is crazy. Guys, it was a dumbass and the dumbass girl on thing.
Is it to me that Hasan would blame me for greenlighting
No.
bad rhetoric? I wonder if I could. You know what? Because weren't there 3 different?
This is how
just
bad
goes out and just says the N-word, which is not a surprise. Because he said the N-word on stream with his own face. Can somebody just like it would just be so easy to just it will save like solve all of our problems. Like we would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy.
No, there's 2 more.
This is what happens when you don't kill every single slave owner after slavery. They have children, and their children have children's, and their children have children's, and then their children have accidents that should have ended up on a sock, and it becomes destiny. That's what you get.
Oh, that was a video?
like honestly, if I ever went to like Congress and they ever wanted me to testify about like Twitch, how's that not at least a month? And specific. What's wrong?
It's crazy.
I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
Can I help you?
Well, I think they want to go in.
Okay.
Oh, click this link. I got you. I got you. So somebody has it in chat apparently.
Shit, well, okay. Well, we brought the white.
It's called shock, you fucking idiot. It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Like, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I dealt with kids like this all the time in high school, and as an adult, you have to at some point respond, but keeping it to saying shit about character and not physically is great. I mean, listen. All I'm saying is on site, you know, we all have different ways that we react, you know? So I would like him to come to TwitchCon, and we'll see what happens.
Like, what?
I have enough. I can afford all the lawyers.
It depends. It's not like the attacks against me are rooted in.
The guy who said it was on site at TwitchCon if he saw Destiny.
I dealt with kids like this all the time in high school.
I'm just saying, like I said, you can say what you want. Yeah, these are like smaller creators. I don't think it matters. What I meant is that when there's things that are out of the scope of like of reason, clear, called action to violence. Yo, brother, like this, it's a no. Like, what?
What if I want the satisfaction?
As an adult, you have to at some point respond, but keeping it to saying shit about character and not physically is great. I mean, listen. All I'm saying is on site, you know.
Yeah, we just watch this.
We all have different ways that we react, you know. So
I'm not saying it's on site if I see Destiny at TwitchCon again. I'm just saying, you know, it probably wouldn't be on site. Honestly, I probably wouldn't notice him while I'm tripping over him because he's so fucking short.
I'd like him to come to TwitchCon, and we'll see what happens.
Cool.
I have enough. I can afford all the lawyers.
It depends. It's not like the attacks against me are rooted in any type
This is the clip I was looking for.
Actual foundation.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is terrified of this guy. I mean, look at his physique, dude. It's marvelous. It's magnificent.
Yeah, dude. He's got like easy 50 pounds on Destiny. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't care about any of this, but yeah, like I said, it's just like I said. So words mean nothing when you don't enforce, dude. Like, want me to give you an example, brother? I'm gonna tell you something that's kind of sad, but it's true. If people moderate their communities, even on Twitter properly, the communities would be dead. They know this. They have known this for years, that if you moderate your communities properly, your community is gonna be fucking dead. And the reason why I know this is that when shit goes wrong, everybody out there, it's a smaller creator, will say, dude, moderate this, moderate that. Guys, what happened to when I was higher than Hasan back in the days? Wait, oh my god, I was at my peak. What did Hasan say back in the days? Dude, your chat does this, your chat does that, your chat is wild. tame them and moderate. And then, oh my God, we were moderating, which is crazy. Look at Hasan's community posts. It's off the fucking rails. And where's the moderation? Oh, let me guess. We can't moderate everything. Yes, you absolutely fucking can. We do here, little buddy. Yes, you might suffer some losses. Yes, you might lose some size. But you were doing it to everybody back in the days. So they would lose size because all you care about is competing on the ladder. That's all you care about. That's crazy. Brother, everybody, all they care about. And what did they do with Aiden? What did they do with Aiden when he was at the top? Dude, delete the AR loyals. They dog people. They're so bad. And then what do the communities of those guys who were saying that are doing? They dox people. They show people's houses. They keep, bro, they do the wildest shit, bro. Flat out racism. It's fucking weird. They're all doing this shit because it's about control and competition. It has nothing to do with moderation. It's cringe. It's cringe. It's been happening for 10 years. When do people fucking lock in and fucking wake up? It's so annoying. Jesus Christ, man. That drives me insane. Brother, look at our comment. 99% of the topics are banned. And it sucks. I hate it. And you know what it does? We have less interaction. What about it? I don't give a shit. At least we don't have screenshots like the one I said from my son's. You guys see that shit? Shit's crazy. You guys see his shit? Oh my God, I can't.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers.
Jesus, man. Anyway. Because I'm not gonna rehash like old shit. I mean, this is the point, but yeah, you get the point. It's why
7.5 years already.
Guys, it's why I agree with Dan, but you have to. What do you mean no context? There are no context, but that's good unless you're like in a video game, like and that's the name of the people that you're against, like in that like. There's only a few scenarios where you need context. There's no context there, buddy. Like what the fuck? Okay. Oh my God, bruh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, this hash tweet shit is crazy. Bro, this hash tweet shit, they type the wildest shit, but let me guess. You can't moderate, guys. There's too many of them. Guys, I can't moderate this because I don't have the controls, guys. What controls? Guys, I don't know what button to click. I don't even have the button. Guys, I can't moderate. Shit, bro, it's getting old, man. It's getting old. It's getting old. Because you guys know that back in the days, you guys said, oh, dude, excuse me, you're burning all your bridges. When I argued with Hasan, what were the main things that Hasan was mad at me back in the days? Way back. That caused me and his bridge to be burned. What is the number one thing that he brought against me as why we couldn't be friends? The fact that I didn't moderate my community when it came up to his name, come up in the chat, when his name came up, that I didn't moderate it. I did moderate. I did. And it wasn't bad at all. The worst people we're getting is Hasan's Biden. That's crazy. What about his chat? What's in his chat? What's in his comments? It was 20x worse. But I'm the one that's wrong. That's why, dude. That's why these bridges are nothing. So you guys say, oh, you bring your bridges. Buddy, these bridges are made out of dust. It's nothing. It doesn't stand on anything. It's just control. That's what it is, buddy. Jesus Christ.
Platform, and then just stick to your guns, and over time that's going to make sure you can continue what you're doing, because as you say, it's important for our creators to feel like we're going to consistently apply these things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is so well and good, and obviously I agree with you, but then it's really hard, and I empathize with executives going through this when you are in the midst of those campaigns and people are calling your advertisers, right, or targeting these people, like, to really hold firm. And I'm curious, has it ever been difficult to navigate that, especially with Amazon as a sort of a parent company as well?
Well, I mean, I think Amazon's been very supportive. Some of this is you just got to play the long game. That's one thing I have to do. At times people will attack me, and you just need to look forward and realize, nope, keep going, play the long game. This is the world we live in now.
Yeah.
So I don't even blame it for the masks, dude. People have worn masks way before COVID.
When you guys all went to
I even got sick
Hollywood
at
Smile, that was fun.
Yeah, I enjoy going with Hasan. Don't get me wrong, but can I be honest with you? Listen, it's the last bad thing about Hasan today. I'm telling you, okay. But the reality is, okay, is that if you do something wrong, right? Would you like to see your friends defend you in ways that which they're gonna catch flack? Do you want your friends to be in the wrong because you're in the wrong and leave them out to dry? That shit is fucking lame. Hasan is leaving all his boys, all his orbiters, to fucking go out there in indefensible positions. He's putting them on hills that he knows are losing hills, and he has all his boys out there getting clapped because of what? Ludwig is getting fucking mass canceled because of what? Because he won't fucking say, guys, the caller can shock. He just want, so he's gonna let his, he goes, oh dude, Hasan is, Ludwig is being such a bad friend, whatever. Buddy, he's not the one that's being put on a hill that he cannot win. Are you fucking kidding me? That is, would you not be mad? I'd be so fucking mad.
Shut up.
If you left me on a hill that I can't win, I'd be, nope, guys. Hey, I'm not part of this. I don't know what we're talking about. That's fucking lame as shit. That's not a friend. You're a loser.
Yeah. Speaking of Amazon, Twitch sort of started out or was acquired a long time ago, right, as sort of build out Amazon Gaming. It's sort of gone through like all these different iterations. I'm curious, I think Twitch has had 4 years of declining users, struggling to make a profit. How should creators feel about the future of Twitch? And, Amazon is have you ever worried, I guess, that they're concerned about the fact that Twitch isn't growing or that it's not meeting their ultimate goal?
No, listen. Short form content is king, unfortunately. And short form content actually might help because there's still an untapped market, people that don't know about streaming, right? And the short form content, marketing your stream through that will overall grow, but it'll tank at first and will stabilize higher than it was before. It will take time. It's all good. But saying, oh dude, it's struggling, whatever, buddy, that's how it is across the board though. That's how it is across the board. It's gonna be like that for a while. Like, it's a no-brainer. What?
Well, this I'd say the one part as you're saying that I would disagree with in terms of when you say struggling to make a profit. Okay. Ultimately, the question is, do we have a sustainable business that works? Part of what we've been doing is looking really closely at how we run the business. Right? We used to have a different approach in terms of doing these contracts with creators that were expensive, and we made a number of tough choices with like Korea, which was not something.
True. The big contracts killed a lot of momentum. True.
That because of the streaming costs. And actually, I feel very good about where our business is right now, in terms of what I'll call is the sustainability. We don't talk about where we're at now in terms of, profitability is this one point in time.
Yes, I think you're saying that Kick is growing in the market cap, and I get that. You want to know what that is? Because multi-streaming and also it's cannibalizing it, okay? Yes, there's growth, even though there's decline in overall live content, it's also smaller players are cannibalizing bigger players. It's how it's always going to be. It's taking from, even though it's also growing, but the overall market, it's not doing fantastic. So yes, absolutely, you can be a growing player, but as the leader, you're setting the blueprint.
Really what you want to do is understand, does our business work? When you look at the cost of content, the cost of streaming, the cost of running the service, we made we slimmed down our organization. So I feel actually extremely good about the health of the business. In fact, we've been doing very well in terms of the health of the business, continuing to ensure it's sustainable. It is the fact that, with the broader dynamics after COVID, but it's interesting, and I don't have it right here, when I look at the curve of our usage, if you just ignore these peaks during COVID, you still see this pattern like this, right? If you drew a line from what was happening before COVID
so you're talking
to where
about
we are
2020,
right
basically. So 2020
right.
was this big
If you looked at 2016, if you look at 2016, 17, 18, 19, and then you look here, you see what's a line. It's just it happened to do this. Right? And I think that's because people had so much time, and then they
no shit.
They were still connected, and slowly, with Twitch, it just kind of slowly, drifted out. But what we actually see, the interesting thing, when you look at what I'll call the kind of cultural significance of Twitch, it's never been higher.
Yeah.
Right? And so,
all
the kind of cultural significance of Twitch, it's never been higher.
Yeah.
Right? And so, too often, I think we get caught up in these one metrics, right? Especially the ones that third-party services can ping.
Yeah.
You know, third-party services don't see how much money our creators are making.
Yeah.
That's not in our API. And by the way, third-party services, because they don't actually, they're actually estimating based upon
Chat. The one thing I will say though is that the culture's always been a little bit cringe. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I think if I wanted to be the most cringe addition to the new age streaming, whatever, is the I'm above you type attitude. I think it's so bad. Like, oh, what we're doing is, but we're cool as shit. We're aura. We're like way above. You guys say bro. What if I do this shit? Are you fucking stupid? Like, bro, stop it. You're missing the point entirely. Like, oh no, gaming is nerd shit. What we do is this is like we're straight cold. We're straight cold out here. Like, oh, giving attention to chat, listen to a dono. Nah, I don't, bro. We're cool in here. I think that's so lame. I hate it.
When we eliminate view bots, third-party services detect that as viewership going down. It's like, no, viewership didn't go down. Our internal metrics were never, dealing with these.
Because it's reshaping the basis of what people watch, and that is reshaping what people create. Like I think it's a bad cycle. Like it's transforming the way that people see, the people they will talk about stuff, and in fact it does a loop where people start making that, and it's dog shit. But what the fuck do I mad the judge? I don't even care. I'm
Just you were dealing with them. And now we eliminate them. So now you infer this, and it's like, no, we don't have fewer people. Creators' revenues have not gone down. So it's a noisy signal when you look at that. But if you think from a cultural impact, it's never been better.
I would agree with that. I recently wrote actually about this.
How Hollywood learned to love influencers after the years of eye rolling. The industry is finally waking up to the power of booming creators. You know what, dude? I think this is fucking cringe. I think these guys are fucking, they're doing it all wrong. They're taking people that have views on their TikTok, that have zero motion, zero pull. They could use people that get dozens of millions of views on TikTok. They will literally, yeah, she will it herself. Yeah, she will, this is her own post, exactly. If you had all their socials, they could plug, guys, all my followers, be there tomorrow at 5 p.m. I am telling you, nobody shows up. They're nothing. I don't want to be. I'm trying to be.
You literally ignore
guys,
every dono except the
guys,
ones.
I don't want to be. I don't want to shun other creators. I don't want to be weird. I don't want to. It's not what I'm trying to do here. All I'm saying is, big corpos and turning their eyes towards people that are influencers, and they're doing all the people that have literally zero influence. These people are like, brother, they have zero
Dan
pull.
Clancy is weird.
Like,
he's an SJW and he
brother,
is grifter. Always trying to be in the right side, has zero substance in anything he says.
Well, I'll say this, he's a CEO at the end of the day. Like, I don't know how much power he has as a one man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like Dan puts himself in positions where he's like in big power when he might not be that much in power in terms of how much he can do, whatever. Right? And that causes him to be squeezed a lot of times because it's like he might be powerless at things that he act like he has the pull to do, and I think that's just bad. Like that's any CEO will be squeezed in that position.
In the Hollywood Reporter about kind of like the impact of live, and it seems like live is this like ascendant format. At the same time, we're entering this new era of social media though that is so like AI driven, and it seems like this era of mass broadcast social maybe is also sort of more like declining. Like people are not so interested in like posting publicly to everyone all the time. There's the rise of private social platforms. So I'm curious how you think about that cultural relevance and building that cultural relevance and maintaining that cultural relevance into the next like decade as we have the rise of all these new sort of like synthetic, forms of media.
Well, of course, you never know how these things evolve. And I think any business is prone to see the positives as they think through these futures and say, yeah, but it's good for me, right? That's just it. But I mean, I honestly do think in terms of what makes us tick as human beings, we evolved to seek community. That's how we survived. And every part of our being is designed to connect with other people. And
we also strive to see humanity in people. That I know it sounds kind of cringe and guys, I'm like Gandhi or whatever. Dude, yeah, community, yeah. Want to see humanity that reflects kind of who we are, or whatever. And a big component of these new communities that they have a community, whatever, but they try their best to not show humanity, and that makes the whole The whole thing is just weird, and I think that's one of the problems, brother. You're not a cold like aura man gangsta on camera, whatever, buddy. Let's be honest. We're all fucking nerd ass losers in front of a piece of plastic camera, doing guys. There's nothing gangster about this shit. There's nothing. None of us are cold, dude. What the fuck is this shit? We're all losers. Like, hello?
Things that hack that and give the impression of that, but an AI bot is not connecting with another person. It isn't. And so, like, for example, whenever people talk about AI and Twitch, I'm like, I'm not worried about AI bots taking over Twitch. If all I'm looking at is a photo, I didn't actually have there's a photo on Instagram. That's actually not a real connection. It's a two-dimensional photograph, right? And so, yeah, the two-dimensional photograph, that maybe...
Buddy, they won't admit that, but even this is say that to DDG's face. Brother, I would say that to DDG's face. What about it? But I saw the other day of him, like at Streamer University, being hidden in a closet. Like, haha, I found you. Brother, it's a funny skit, but it's the way you would see that on Disney XD. Like, there's nothing fucking, it's not a baller. Like, bro, it's just funny. Like, we're all like internet losers. Like, don't fucking pay as anything but. Like, come on, bro.
AI, takes over two-dimensional photograph. But I will say we are four-dimensional people, because obviously we live in three-dimensional space, but in fact, all the emotion, everything else about who we are and how we change. And so I actually think with all those changes, it's almost like it fits perfectly, because more and more people are going to be yearning for some type of authenticity in their lives with other people.
See?
One thing that I've noticed a lot is Twitch is very male-oriented. It seems like there's a lot of male creators. When I spend time in more female-oriented...
It's male-oriented because edited as a female, people cannot hold themselves to say the wildest shit like, I got my dick out and I'm watching this right now. Like, Jesus Christ, buddy. Really, man? Like,
I guess live streaming spaces, like the Like to Know It app, has this like live streaming space. TikTok Shop is huge. How do you think about like cultivating that female creator viewership? And are you thinking live streaming shopping is so popular and it is really popular, and especially with the women lifestyle influencers, are you leaning into that at all or experimenting in those spaces?
I don't know the exact stats and Busby can get them, but more and more in terms of our viewer base, it's more and more women. Right? Same thing in terms of streaming. You look right now on the trip up here where you've got Cinna and Extra Emily and Emmy and Bonnie doing a trip together. There's just lots of women that are doing well in streaming. It is the fact that sometimes pure hours watched.
Dude, it's a little bit sad. I mean, I don't want to speak for them, of course, right? I don't want to speak on their experience, but it's crazy that it takes as an example, right, of them. And these are some of the most harassed, like stalkered like people. Does that make sense? Like, it's just sad. Like, it's just what it is, and it shows how tough the landscape is.
Extra Emily and Emmy and Bonnie doing a trip together. There's just lots of women that are doing well in streaming. It is the fact that sometimes pure hours watched, gaming generates a lot of like bulk in it.
Why gamers would rather watch other people play than pick up their own controllers? Why not both though? When it comes to actual gaming content, it's in free fall. Now people are watching a lot of games. In terms of overall, compared to before, games is a modicum of what it used to be. But then, most people that watch people play games, they're not in chat. The chat dies when people play games because they're playing a game themselves and they're having it on like a monitor. Okay? Either you have somebody on Discord talking to you about some shit you don't give a fuck about, okay? Singing some songs, or you have a stream in the background playing it, and it's like you're playing with somebody. What about it? If that's what it is for most people.
Hours watched, right? And it's probably the case that many of these women streamers are really diversifying. They tend to be variety streamers. One thing that
Brother, I can be on your fourth monitor. I don't take any offense. At least I'm on your monitor. Okay? Yo. Any creator would be blessed to have themselves on any of your devices. Well, buddy, I don't care.
Said broadly about a platform, we have evolved from being entertaining gamers to entertainers that game. And so I think sometimes the metrics can be a little misleading because it is the fact that there is some that can be, where the metrics, because gaming still can generate a lot of hours watched. But if you look at the clips on Twitch, and I don't have this, suppose I was able to measure third-party clip viewership on Twitch. I think you would see a lot of third-party clip viewership of women streamers. We see that. We have an effort bringing over lots of folks that have been building on other platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and a lot of women streamers there. So, I do think that as live streaming evolves,
women follow a lot, I think, in my opinion, each other and follow each other off of like lifestyle stuff and personal stuff. If women upload this shit on TikTok like everybody else more in higher density, don't get me wrong. I mean, like the blueprint, right? They would actually gain a faster following than men, in my opinion.
7 months
because if you mix in posts that are more personal to you, right, on TikTok, if you're a guy, guys, I don't know, like something people do that's going. Getting ready for the stream today, guys. As a guy, let's be honest. If I have 100 male guys that watch me, one guy is gonna like that post. Okay, nobody gives a shit. It's just not. But women, I think, are more into that, right? And those cross posts on those socials go way harder. It goes way harder. Like.
Interestingly, I think it's better
avenues,
suited for women streamers and viewers. That kind of community connection is a role that often women have played in our society, right? And when you...
Hasan does it. The guys, fit check for the day, guys, and I applaud him for that because he puts a lot of effort into that. And what's the result? I'm not, guys, I swear, I'm not being sexist, I swear, okay? He has a big female following. Yes, he's attractive conventionally. He has a lot of female following. And they a lot of his viewers by gender ratio are women. And it's not only because he's attractive, because he does this shit. So, bruh, you know what I'm saying?
Think of other shows, other things.
It's a good thing.
I think live streaming fits well for that.
Well, the content creator industry as a whole is female dominated and was built by women and continues to.
And community, in other words, this kind of desire for community is something that fits very naturally.
Yeah.
So I see as we continue
guys, it's true, guys. I just said that. Like, if every post their shit, like, okay, let's be honest. All of us in chat, we all post a picture of us on social media, guys. Going about my day today, guys, right? What will get more likes and more interactions? Okay. Women's posts. By what margin? Probably 6 times, 7 times more. That's just what it is. It's just the nature of it. What about it? I'm not making shit up. That's just a reality of it. Like, what about it?
Evolve kind of more broadly.
Yeah.
I see women playing a bigger and bigger role. You bring up shopping. It's something.
All right. Take a girl, right? Attractive 5. I'm gonna say attractive 5. I post my pecs. I flex. Boom. That person posts them in a sexy top. Let's see who can get the most likes. If we have the same amount of following, let's give it a buck. I get cleared by 16 times, and it's not even close. It's not even close, dude. Come on, bro. The basis of social media is posting your shit online, posting your whatever, right? There's more drive towards female creators. They will lead those industries 100%. What about it, dude?
We're always keeping an eye on. Obviously, it's really big in China. Amazon has a live shopping.
I had 90 friends.
A lot of female influencers
in my class had 400
and have found huge success.
Yeah. So that's something where how do we bring them over to Twitch? So it's something that yes, we're thinking through and keeping an eye on. It is a different space. But I do think there's opportunity there.
What do you think the future of live streaming is?
I wasn't a loser, okay? I was the guy that would push in the lockers, okay? I would walk around, girls were chasing me down. You understand what I'm saying? You need to back the fuck up. I'm not like you,
5
buddy.
years or even 10 years down the line.
I think it's this idea, if you look at where we've been, in general live streaming have been dominated by people who are first and foremost streamers. I think that is in part because of the origins. When live streaming started, of course, gaming. Every of the competitors started out as general live streaming apps. I was at YouTube when we started YouTube Live. It was a general live streaming app. It really became a gaming. Facebook Live was a general live streaming. It became gaming. Twitch was just on TV. It became gaming. The world has gone full circle interestingly, from where all the apps started. But it's still the case that most of the people who, like, to whom they're first and foremost streamers. I think the change you're seeing now is more and more people using live streaming as a secondary conduit of engaging their audience, community, or whatever.
Because, Jed, this is simple. Because genuinely, people haven't found a way to make their whole day entertaining, or even a part of their entertaining, that people would even watch it. Okay, games is the only thing that you could play. And even if you were AFK, people had no mic, no camera, and were building a following. They wouldn't even say a single word. They were building a following. Why? Because that's the games do. Games are they're like kind of like a movie, like a digital medium, right? People watch that shit. People watch that shit. It's entertaining, right? Lyric does that shit. Boom. So of course gaming is gonna be first. But now people found, okay, you can make money in this, you can make money in IRL. Okay, then now people do mostly only IRL. Here's what it is.
So if you go through 5 to 10 years, I think you just have more and more people that they may not be streaming 20 hours a week or 30 hours a week, but they're like, yeah, no, I need to stream 3 hours a week. If you take musicians, right? Musicians used to have this, they'd write an album, they'd tour, they'd disappear for 2 years, and they'd come back. That's not the world we live in, right? They need to stay connected to their community. And more, I think, look, if you have a fan base, like, engage authentically with them. You don't have to just...
Not entirely true. That depends. Everything is different. Everything is different. For the grand part, yeah, sure, but look at Cardi. This guy that disappears for fucking 5 years, doesn't post a single thing, doesn't do shit. This guy is in some cave somewhere, comes out of nowhere, and kind of pops off. That's how it is for a lot of people as well. Like,
play music.
There's no blueprint.
Do something you love.
There's no blueprint.
Right? Knit. So I think you'll see more, and we see that right now when you see, the stud buds with WNBA.
Love the stud buds.
Yeah, like
obsessed with that.
I think that is the poster child. Think of more and more these folks that are doing it when
you oversaturate yourself online, you lose your magic. For a lot of these guys that like artists that make music, their magic is all they have. It's the most what they have. If they're online all day, they have no magic. They got nothing. They're not special. People realize that this guy's kind of a fucking loser, dude. And that's a problem with a lot of these guys that they got. Guys, I really want the attention. I'm gonna go live every day and I'll be other. And people realize this guy is fucking boring. Who is this loser? Like you. I've been doing this for 10 years. Okay, I've been doing this for 10 years. I have like 20,000 hours live, dude. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck anymore. Guys, if you have magic for 20,000 hours, I'll be honest with you, you have at least some form, a little bit of magic. Maybe I have a little bit of magic in my pocket. It's like, what?
Works for them.
Like,
but they don't have to do it all the time. If that's not your appeal, and so your music, if I'd say with 5 to 10 years, it's like everyone that's an entertainer, athlete, musician, influencer.
So streaming just becomes another content format, almost like short form is a content format. I agree with you on that, actually. And I think people have been predicting that switch to happen. And I don't think it's, since 2015-ish, even before, but I think you're probably right. Another thing that, is big right now in this sort of creator world is this shift and this sort of like merging with traditional Hollywood. You're at the Screen Time conference last week. And it seems like a lot of these social platforms and really the creators on the social platforms are doing these big time deals with, Darman doing like a Tubi deal. Samsung is giving all these deals to creators. Like, it seems like there's just this merging. What do you think of this sort of like merging of traditional entertainment with the creator space?
So obviously we encourage it. I think it's a great opportunity for our creators. I think the world is just becoming more what I'll call creator centric.
Yo, people need to hold strong and not take those fucking bullshit ass deals, okay? They give them a little bit of money and it's like the most automated fucking stop being human. Bro, the basis of live content is that it's just humans, people. You do this like Donald Darman is these videos. That's it. It always says you.
And I think that is about that.
Says you.
When you think of Hollywood movies, a movie creates character.
You.
It's not who the actor is.
Can you guys stop for like a minute?
But more and more you see these people where it's who they are that is appealing to people, right? I often say if you look at Kevin Hart in some ways is IP, right? Kai is IP, right? And the world is moving more and more where people want connection to and by creator, that includes actor, right? In terms of who they are. And you see that by now having these creators now having these vehicles, but these vehicles are usually focused on them. They aren't really actors taking on some other character.
Yeah.
They are who they are. And I often say, really, the rise of podcasting is the rise of the creator economy. Anyone who has a podcast, it's a creator-centric, it's premium UGC content.
Which we're seeing these podcasts now, moving to Netflix.
Well, I don't want to be contrarian, but the heightened version of yourself is still kind of yourself, but it's still kind of also acting. Brother, you think that I go offline and I play Dota and I go, okay, yeah, I do that actually.
And et cetera. And also we see a lot more. I feel like one thing that's shifted in the past few years on Twitch is this more structured programming, like Streamer University or some of these, like really, like obviously what Kai is doing so much in his like subathons and stuff. Could you see something like that, on, like getting that content onto like a streamer?
Absolutely. I think all these
Streamer meaning like getting that content. See what Kai is doing so much in his
yeah,
like subathons and stuff. Could you see something like that, on, like getting that content onto like a streamer?
Absolutely. I think all these
streamer
things.
Meaning like Netflix platform.
I know. Absolutely. I think all these things are kind of blending and merging. And we used to have this concept of premium and UGC as phrases. The way I describe it is there's a parameter, which is how many human hours go in.
Chat, people, if you haven't been paying attention, chat, in terms of creators doing things that are kind of like market like that, Sidemen has been doing that for a while now. They have their shit kind of more standardized. They have a lot of reach, and they go on Netflix. They go on these like super well produced shows, and they're actually branching out to these things. And it's actually pioneering a lot of this and they're doing God's work for the people that are coming into the future. I'm telling you right now. Sidemen is so locked in. Not only for live, for videos, for overall getting into the mainstream. Sidemen is crawling, walking, so anybody will be able to run in the future. I'm saying, I'm not even doing it. It's the truth of it.
So if you create a podcast, it might be 50. Okay, somebody showing up, waking up, turning on their computer, and starting to game. It might be 1.01 because they just gamed, they stopped, they're done, they're the only one. Avatar the movie, it might be 100,000. I don't know what it is, right? But there isn't any line. Streamer University took more human hours for every hour of content. Mafiathon took a certain number. Right? Reality TV, interesting, is like starting from there and coming this way. And when it's like, okay, we want something that's a little cheaper sometimes to produce than some of the stuff we were creating before. And so what you have is the two sides are just kind of coming like that. And then they're different platforms. But I think the idea is these platforms will be.
Yes, it's not profitable. Nothing's profitable. Nothing is profitable. And I think people are just finding ways to monetize and get shit that it's profitable. And it's getting there slowly over the years, right? But it'll continue to be not for a long time. That's just the way it is. What do you mean false? You don't know shit, buddy. This is you're either in the red, or you're in the deep red, or you're in the fucking dark red, or you're on the brink of bankruptcy in this fucking business. Are you fucking good, buddy? Are you? Says you. How's that? Says you. How is that? Says you. How could that could never be says you. I don't own a platform, you fucking moron.
Overlapping.
That doesn't even make sense.
And our specialty will always be community. We talk with Prime Video as an example. We talk about various ideas. I won't say who is talking about with some ideas with them. And part of it is creatively thinking, okay, but if you really want community, those platforms aren't community platforms. So that you're not going to get. So how do you, and so a lot of the blend is saying, but I still want that community and that live.
Last question, because I don't have too much time. What emergent trends are you seeing? Sort of.
Yo. So we're gonna hit a massive wall, right? Where Hollywood big guys go hard on streaming or whatever, right? And then they will do. Oh, guys, let's see how the chat is liking our product. Let's see how they're interacting with our world that we're paying for them. Let's read the chat a little bit. They read the chat. They go, Jesus fuck. Oh fuck no. Because they don't understand the basis of what streaming is, and the reality is that it'll collapse, it'll explode for a little bit, and it'll have to recover. And I'm predicting this a little bit ahead of time. I'm not trying to be negative, but that's like it's an inevitability.
In the creator space coming up on Twitch, like what sort of interesting behaviors are you noticing? Trends that you think are interesting and worth paying attention?
Well, the most
Brother,
interesting.
Look at what fucking Will Smith was reading on my shit. Brother. You not remember what he was reading on my bro? I can't.
One is all that's happening in the clipping world. That's one reason why we're doing the auto clips. If you look at,
Rewind it what?
seeing sort of in the creator space? Last question, because I don't have much time. What emergent trends are you seeing sort of in the creator space coming up on Twitch? Like, what sort of interesting user behaviors are you noticing, trends that you think are interesting and worth paying attention
Well,
to?
the most interesting one is all that's happening in the clipping world. That's one reason why we're doing the auto clips. If you look at, groups like FaZe or Marlon or Jinxie, and I've talked to all of them, a lot of their rise has come because they just literally will create hundreds of clips from a single stream, often posting them while the stream is still live. I think that's something that is really a big part now.
Yo, you guys can say thanks without watching my fucking stream. I'm not kidding about it, by the way, but did you know that it's the people that watch this stream that came up with this fucking AI clip by interaction shit? I'm not kidding. It's people that watch this stream that came up with that, with the base of that. They made this shit. The real shit. And it's what everybody's using. Real. Yo, all I'm saying is that I'm not taking credit. I'm just saying, guys, everybody that's leading in every way, guys, they were watching. They were either a mod here or a friend of mine.
Party hat happy.
Without me, nobody is going anywhere. You understand? Pay respect, man.
And that's one reason why we're investing to make it easier, not just for big creators.
Yo, OP was here. Aiden was here. Now the Aiden you guys know. Aiden, Roarington was here. Yo, we breed geniuses here. We build some real shit. We build people that see the future for what it is when everybody is blind. Oh, what are we doing? They were watching here and they're leading the world.
But medium and small creators to do that.
The clipping stuff is really insane. It is wild. There's all these clipping agencies and everything. Dan, thank you so much for your time.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Taylor.
All right, that's it for this.
Guys, here's an example. This little button right here that I click every day, Roarington made that. 100-month sub right here. OP made the auto clip by interaction density. Who's this guy? One of my old Overwatch teammates / viewer / subscriber. Banger. Who made the big TTS shit? Roarington. Subscriber, viewer. Yo, what else about these guys? Streaming is still in the cave ages. We're still out there fucking trying to get OBS. Guys, OBS. We're still in the cave ages without these guys. You kidding me?
Thanks for 55 months on content at XQC.
Why do you think that you guys got dropped?
More people would have done this. Yes, people would have done it. It would take more time. It would take more time. Like, I don't think you understand. The first one to do it, everybody from hindsight will do something. But it is the ones that get the cake, little buddy. Somebody would have ended the light bulb, but who do we remember? Who do we remember about the light bulb? Thomas Edison. Do we know about bullshitter? Do we know about shit haircut Andy? Do we know about bowl cut fuckface? We don't know who these guys are. We know Thomas Edison. He made that shit. Were somebody gonna make it in the future? Or somebody gonna, maybe tomorrow? A week later? Yeah, maybe. But you can always say maybe. But what is certain though, is that we got Thomas Edison. That's what we know, bitch ass. That's what people remember. Fucking bitch. Now give me a counter argument. Counter argue against me. You can't do it.